How do?
Right.
We're back.
We're back.
We're not back, but we're back.
We're back in England. As you can see,
We're
not in Vegas anymore in my apartment.
He's Danny, I'm Jamie.
Yeah.
We're reviewing the series.
So you need to watch it really to understand what we're going to talk about. Anyway. Anyway. This is the final part of the series. We did have intentions to film travel home day and stuff, but like Vegas kind of just Vegas. Then as you saw in the last two episodes, it was quite a late, busy weekend. We went home on the Sunday and on the Monday, and the Saturday and Sunday were very late nights, quite a bit of drinking and gambling. So the Monday
we won the major. Yes! $4,600. So we took $1,400 gambling money each, $200 a day, and I came out with $2,600. You had a couple of big airport spins.
$2,500 I came back with. So we're going to wrap up. We're going to talk about obviously the trip, what we thought, obviously your opinion being a first timer, and yeah, go through it all. And we're going to start at the beginning. So obviously on travel day, you saw that obviously we're both from up north, so we went down to Heathrow. We flew from Heathrow with British Airways. What did you think about that, the travelling to Vegas?
It's a long flight, and it's 10.5 hours, but there's no changing that. But no, the plane itself was good. Obviously we booked the emergency exit row, because you're tall, on the leg room. So no, it was spacious enough, pretty standard. It was just standard economy, but it worked for us. So no, the flight in general was good. The lounge was all right. I prefer a breakfast lounge than a dinner lounge, but still I got me money's worth on beer, to the point where the woman, I might have explained it in day one,
did go through
told me, sir, make sure you're following the fit to fly policy. And I was like, I've only had like 6 half pints. That's like 3 pints, that's nothing. So you've just been up here quite a lot. I'm like, what the hell? I felt like I was being told off.
So you found the travelling alright though, yeah?
Yeah, sorry. Tango. Travelling we're fine. Travelling.
Obviously being up north, we can fly from Manchester now, which would be so much easier with Virgin Atlantic, but they only go 3 days a week. They fly on a Sunday, Wednesday and a Friday. And when we were looking at booking the trip, we had certain dates in mind, and looking at the price difference, we couldn't justify paying it at that time to go from Manchester, because even factoring in the travel costs from Manchester down to London and the airport hotel, it was still more expensive to fly from Manchester. And I thought, you can't justify it, but there is the option there. But I think travelling over to Vegas and going down, I think it's fine. It's like a 2-hour train from Manchester for us, direct down into London, Euston. And then we just jumped in an Uber to the airport hotel, stayed overnight, and it's fine. Going down, it's fun. So you're kind of excited. You start the holiday the day early. Yeah, we're quite lucky that with work and stuff, we're pretty flexible with being able to get a bit of time off, and we plan it so we can go down the day before. It just makes it that little bit smoother, because if I had to go from up north down south on the day of the flight, so say we were getting the train down in the morning, I wouldn't really like that. I would find that quite stressful.
Cancellations and
my
stuff,
travel anxiety would kick in. I wouldn't settle and enjoy it until I was there at the airport, because I would be thinking, what if the train gets cancelled, the train's delayed, or we were driving down and we're stuck in traffic jams. So we're quite lucky we can go the day before. But yeah, travelling there is fun. I think coming back it's a little bit of a faff, obviously landing in Heathrow after that long night flight, you jet lag, and travelling back up north. But overall, I don't mind it. Going to Heathrow, it is what it is, and yeah, I think it's all right. But if the price difference wasn't as big as it was, I would definitely look at doing Virgin from Manchester. But I'm more than happy to go down to Heathrow if it saves a little bit of money as well. So then into Vegas, we landed at around just after 7 o'clock in the evening, which was good. We made up a bit of time on the flight. We landed a bit earlier than scheduled, which was good. And then we decided to go for a Lyft or an Uber, didn't we, to get to the hotel. You can get a taxi. Obviously there's a taxi rank, which I've done before. You can get limos and stuff. But we just wanted to get to the hotel. So that was easy. It was all well signed, and you know, to
Found
the
it easy
share
enough.
ride share
Lyft
section.
was cheaper than Uber, so we booked a Lyft.
Yeah, always
Yeah.
compare the two. So have a look on Uber, see what that's saying. Have a look on Lyft, see what that's saying.
For us,
compare the
Lyft
two.
was cheaper for every trip, wasn't it?
It
But
was.
quite substantially at some points as well. Sometimes Uber was like $50 or $60 because like things were going on in the area shows, whereas Lyft just stayed at like 17 to 20, depending on where we were going. So,
And if you've not got the apps when you're downloading, you could get lucky and get a special offer, because I downloaded a Lyft app and I had 2 rides while I was there at 50% off, which was good. So we made use of that during the week. But yeah, once you get to the airport, it's fine. You've got plenty of options to get to the hotel. The taxis are a set fare. And then you've got Lyft or Uber and things like that. Or you can do limos if you want to do it a bit fancier. And then into the hotel, into New York for the week. What did you think of when you got to New York? What were your first impressions of the hotel?
I guess so. Well, everything was just so much bigger in real life than what you think it is. So much bigger.
That's what he tells everyone.
It's bigger in real life, I promise. It's just on another scale. And so for me, it was just like, wow, it's real. I've been wanting to go for so long and envisioning in my head after watching all the vlogs what it's going to be like, but you can never actually see what it's going to be like until you get there. Like, it was just brilliant.
Yeah, and yeah, I say I love New York. New York, I stayed there last year. I wanted to stay there this year with you.
The hotel were fantastic. I think it's one of the best hotels, even after going through all the others that we walked through while we were there. It was just, I think the theming of it, the nicety of it, the layout, the drink service was always good in there.
The room, you like the room?
The room was belted, so big, so much room for activities. Like, it was just, yeah, everything was just brilliant. I could never say a bad thing about it. It was just spot on.
Yeah, no, it's a really good hotel. I love staying there. I think the atmosphere is amazing. I think when you go into the entrance from the bridge, from the walkway, you know, when you're coming down the escalators or the stairs, you're going into the casino. I think that's one of the best entrances to any casino in Vegas. I love it. But yeah, it's a good atmosphere. It's good fun. You know, I know some people don't like staying down that end of the strip. I think some people like to be more central, but I like staying down that end. I think it's always quite nice to head back that way at the end of an evening. So if you've ventured out in an evening, you might be mid-strip and stuff or whatever. I always like a little walk back up there. It feels like I'm going home, if you know what I mean. I like it and all of it. The pool at New York gets commented on quite a lot. That it's not a big pool, it's nothing fancy, which is true. Obviously you have the roller coaster going by. But for us, we don't mind that. I thought it was good. It was a fun pool.
To be fair,
good
after
music,
like
good atmosphere.
3 or 4 times the roller coaster coming past, you just forget about it.
Yeah, you don't notice it.
You don't
too
even
much.
see it.
And it's not like it's going like constantly. There's breaks in between the ride going, and it kind of gets drowned out with the music and the fun and people talking and laughing. So yeah, it's not the biggest pool. It's not a fancy pool. You're not going to get your Instagram models around there posing and stuff. But
we were there.
We were there. Yeah, it's a fun atmosphere. It's great. It's got a little hot tub, so it wouldn't bother me.
It was quiet enough as well. It was never rammed. There was always beds. Considering it's small, there was always some beds. Whereas when we went to the MGM Grand pool, that pool is huge. There's like 4 or 5 different ones. And oh my God, we walked around there's literally 2 beds. We walked around the whole lazy river, walked around the whole main pool, we walked around the whole other pool, until we finally found one pool that had 2 beds free. So it's just mad that ours was so small but always had beds available. And that one's 12 times the size of ours, if not even more. And it was always rammed.
So all in all, New York, great hotel to stay at. And I think, it's one that I would happily stay at if I ever go back to Vegas, 100%.
So now we've spoke about the flights and the hotel, what was the cost of them?
Yeah, so we booked it. You'll have no idea. You just turn up, don't you?
Disney-wise, I'm the booker. Vegas-wise, he booked it.
Yeah, for this trip, we booked it as a package through British Airways, just because it was working out at a good price at the time of booking. So for the return flights, a week at New York, in the Soho Premier Queen room that we stayed in, I'm pretty sure it was £1,250 per person, but that doesn't include your resort fees. You had to pay that at checkout. So yeah, £12.50 per person with British Airways for the week, which isn't too bad, I don't think, for a week.
No.
You know, sometimes you're looking at that just for your flights and stuff. So yeah, we got an alright price, and I think prices fluctuate a lot when you're looking at holidays and flights and stuff. And I think a rule of thumb is that I can be quite guilty of not following this rule. I'll always go back and check, I got a better price. But I think if you see something at a price you're happy with, book it. Because then if it goes down, it goes down. It is what it is, but it could also go the other way and go up. So I think if you're looking and you see a price you're happy with, book it. So yeah, £12.50 per person for that. So yeah, into Vegas, obviously your first time in Vegas. So what was your, I'm going to see some little favourites and least favourite things now. So what was your favourite hotel that we went into, and what was like your least favourite one? As if you were to say, pick somewhere to stay.
To stay? Oh, well, now I don't know. In terms of gambling,
well, we're going to go into the
casino
soon, but yeah, is an overall hotel, just your gut opinion of what you went and saw, like where would you most like to stay? What you saw?
You know what? I've really loved New York.
Apart from New York.
2 hours later.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that was a while. That was several minutes of contemplation.
You just sat here going, New York. New York.
No, the one with like a bit of a wow factor that when I was in, and I was like, bloody hell, was it the Venetian? I think that was just on another level. That was like, this is incredible. I'm sure it was the Venetian. That was like, it's nicer than Bellagio. It looked just insane. So, and it might be Paris as well. Which was that had that curved thing over bridge, curved escalator over bridge.
Yeah, no,
was that the Venetian?
That was going into the Venetian, yeah.
So yeah, that was really cool.
So what's the stay at the hotel because it's got a nice escalator going in. It's easily pleased.
But the Venetian was it was so nice. In terms of the look of the hotel and everything.
Fair enough. The Venetian.
So, yeah.
And where is the one that we went in, had a look around where you're like, oh, I don't fancy staying at this one?
Treasure Island.
I knew you were going to say that. Because we went in and they must have been doing some kind of work or had some kind of problem, but the drains, awful. So yeah, that put you off straight away, didn't it? But that's the thing with Vegas, that's your first impression of that hotel. Like, other people might go in.
I was like, everyone kicks off about Excalibur, that was lovely. Treasure Island, knock that one down. Never mind, bloody Mirage. Keep Mirage, knock down that shit's all up the road. Treasure Island, sorry for me French. Oh my god, yeah, what a state that place was.
So your favourite, you like to stay in with the Venetian, and your least favourite was Treasure Island?
Yeah.
Mine would be, I would love to stay at the Wynn. I think, well, I'll get onto this in a minute actually, there's two. Wynn, because it is amazing, it's so nice, the rooms are incredible, the pool area. So I think that side of it, I'd love to stay there. But then when we were around the casino, it is really nice, but I just don't get the vibe of fun from there. Like, it's very, very, I don't know the right word. It's very showy offy, do you know what I mean? And I think it lacks that bit of fun there for me. So if I would love to stay there, it is still incredible. So the Wynn, but then the other one would be the Cosmo in a balcony room. That'd be amazing, I would love to stay there. Least favourite, I mean, obviously, Treasure Island. I wouldn't fancy staying there from what we saw as our first impression. So I would say Treasure Island would be my least favourite to stay at. You know, what was your favourite casino we gambled in?
I want to say Excalibur. I just loved it. The theme of it, the big long walkway into it was really cool. The casino itself, I just love the Excalibur. I don't get the hate it gets.
I don't think the hate is much for the casino. I think it's more for like the hotel side of it.
Well, we didn't see that though, did we?
And pools and stuff like that. But as far as the casino goes, yeah, I mean, we had pretty much a win there every time we visited.
Yeah.
I think, and we got some good wins there.
It was brilliant.
It was very good to us, the Excalibur. Yeah, it was. And what was like your least favourite casino we went in?
Treasure Island.
Treasure Island again. Okay, Treasure Island is winning everything on there for Jay on that one. Yeah,
They were minging.
Yeah, it was. I think it was just very unlucky.
It were
That was the
dirty.
problem.
Dirty, stinking pile of doo-doo.
Pile of shit.
I'm going to say, apart from the Excalibur, because obviously we had the good luck in there throughout the week, another favourite casino that I really liked was Phantom Blue. I think that was
a very
really
nice
nice.
casino, yeah, it was.
Really nice. And it wasn't too busy when we were there as well, so I felt like it was quite nice, quite spacious, and yeah, I really like that casino in Phantom Blue.
We've got another bad one
Oh,
that I didn't enjoy.
go on.
Luxor. Not because of the casino, but because there was no drink service at all. Every time we went in there, and we went in a few times, we never got one drink at all ever. Never even saw a cocktail waitress, whereas every other casino, I'm pretty sure we got at least one drink or there was service or whatever. So yeah, and we had no wins in there at all. It took our money and I didn't even get a drink out of it.
Two worst case scenarios for you.
Plus it was, when you go in, it's really dark in there.
Yeah,
Really
it's
dark. Compared to everywhere else, you're like, oh my God.
Moving on to the next little thing I've got prepared to ask for you. What was your highlight of the trip? The highlight of the week?
Obvious.
I know, there's an obvious answer. If you've watched the series, you know what both our highlight is.
The mansions feature getting a full screen of mansions and ultimately hitting the major $4,600 in total hand pay bonus on Huff and More Puff.
Unreal. So I knew that was going to be the answer. So apart from that, what was your highlight?
There's no preparation on my half in this. I'm seeing it as you were. What springs to mind pretty quickly is Colin Cloud at Harrah's, because that was just an incredible show. The theatre's so intimate. I'd probably say 150 people, 170 people, something like that in there.
If that.
Our seats were incredible. The show itself was just brilliant. The staging of it, how everything went along, and obviously the way he does all his miming. If you've seen Derren Brown in the UK, it's like that, but just brilliant. Like, it was so funny, so quick-witted, his humour, his actual mentalism that he did. And some of it was just like wow.
It was that good. I would actually even go and see that show again.
Yeah, because you know it would be different.
It happened, different interactions. He was very, very good.
Brilliant.
Very impressive.
So that's a highlight for me.
Next.
You?
Oh, another highlight for me. Getting a strawberry monster. That was fun. I've been waiting a month for that, honestly.
Highlight of Vegas.
I can't function without monster. Zero sugar though. Come on, let's be healthy a little bit.
It's the small things.
Well, I got a strawberry monster on the first morning in Vegas, and I just love being there, the atmosphere, my happy place. So yeah, I just loved in the morning walking out down my little strip walk to go and get a drink. I just loved it. But yeah, awesome. Have you got any hints, tips, and advice for anyone who's got a Vegas trip booked, or maybe thinking of going to Vegas? Any hints or tips for someone that's going?
Put all your money into the machines and hope for the best. No. Play within your limits. Don't chase pots. Don't chase bonuses. Don't sit there all night chasing megas.
Says the one who was chasing that 3,600 major.
And we dropped
But that
it.
worked. We went against our own advice.
Yeah, but we didn't go back to the safe. We didn't put extra money in that we couldn't afford to. We stuck within our budget.
We did.
So, because you can very easily ruin your holiday if you don't stick within your limits.
You get carried away too early.
So that would be my number one piece of advice. Gamble what you can afford to gamble. Break it down so you don't ruin the rest of your holiday, and just budget for each day and stick within your budget. We never took
We
out
never
of the
dipped
net.
into the following day's budget to come back to that night we were on. Otherwise,
We'd just cut our losses.
Then. Very sensible advice, that, Jane.
Yeah.
Well done. Mine.
I'm shocked as well. Oh, and also, get your drinks while you're gambling. At one point, I had 3 Budweisers on the thing, because sometimes you can wait, buddy, half an hour, 40 minutes, if not longer, for them to come round. So if they were offering, then I'd just get another one. So it was there.
Yeah. I think some people think you can only get one at a time, and they're not going to ask you if you've got one, but the servers don't mind.
As long as they're getting
working
paid.
for tips. So like, when we ordered, I think one time we got 2 ciders for me, 2 beers for you at the same time.
And a bottle of water.
And they're happy to bring it as long as you're giving them a tip. They don't mind. So yeah, if you're getting service, get a couple in.
Make the most of the drink
If you're getting
service
it
while
off,
you've got
get
it.
Because yeah, we had some occasions where we did have quite a wait, didn't we?
But we had a lot of occasions where we got quite merry for the sake of $20, which would be 1-2 drinks at a bar.
Very good advice. Very good. I had
Sorry. And watch your bags and pockets, because there was one occasion, I didn't put it on the vlog or anything, but where I did see a guy dipping into a lady's jacket pocket, walking behind her, pretend to trip up the stairs, and I hung back and Danny was walking off. You didn't see it, did you? And I stopped on the stairs and just stood there staring at him. So he pulled his hand out, he didn't have anything in his hand, because otherwise I would have kicked off. But
You're going, Danny, get here, come and help me.
but I just made sure that he didn't steal anything off this woman, so I just sat and stared at him. Then he was kind of just stood there looking at me, so I just took my bag off and held it in front of me and was like,
yeah, it happens, doesn't it?
so just be careful of pickpockets. That's the only one time I saw someone trying to do something, so yeah, just be wary.
Very good, that,
Yeah.
very good. So what we're there.
Stay within your limits, get the drinks when you
drinks
can,
when you can, and
and
be
wary of
Very
pickpockets
sensible.
and scams.
I think I've got quite a sensible tip as well, or a bit of advice. So when you're booking, obviously you're going to count down to your trip, your holiday, it's exciting. And I know I do this, I think, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to eat here, I'm going to eat there, I'm going to drink here, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And you make all this list of things that you want to do. But then when we get there, we didn't do half of the stuff we said we were going to do or plan to do, because you kind of just go with the flow on the holiday, and then you come back and you think, oh, I didn't do that. So I would say if you're going to plan something, do something very minimalistic. Say pick one thing each that you want to definitely do, and then kind of the rest of it kind of go with the flow.
Plan within moderation.
Yeah, don't think you're going to do this, because your days can just go all over. Then you don't want to be thinking, oh, I didn't do that, or I was going to do this and I didn't do it, or you're trying to then fit something in. Yeah. Plan minimalistically and give yourself enough time just to go and enjoy the holiday as it happens. Don't try and stick to a full itinerary. That would be my advice. And just make the most of it when you're there and in the moment. On to one of the final sections now. If you were to go again, is there anything that you didn't do this time that you would want to do again? And is there anything you would do differently? Join us back in 15 minutes.
A bit more time down in Fremont. I really enjoyed the vibe of that. We went on a Saturday, and I really enjoyed the atmosphere there. So kind of do maybe another night there. And then I'd also really like to do the Dueling Pianos bar in Harrah's, and try a frozen Baileys. Oh, and go to the Strat and do the rides on the Strat. So Strat rides, frozen Baileys, which is a very easy one to complete, and the Dueling Piano bar.
For me, actually, one thing we didn't even do this trip, Jamie's very first time in Vegas. We didn't even go to the sign. We didn't go to the Las Vegas sign.
Yeah, I want to do that as well.
Trip. Right. So yeah, what I want to do, I want to have like a nice morning strip walk. I think earliest I got out one morning was like 8:30, so it's relatively early in Vegas, considering Vegas, like. But I would love to do like a 6:30, 7 a.m. Walk to the Vegas sign and walk back down to the strip and get a drink and somewhere. So I'd like to do that. I'd like to do a few more pools. I'd like to visit different pools in Vegas to check them all out, different scenes. But differently, I think this is something we've spoke about since coming home. Obviously, at the time of recording this, the first 2 episodes are out. The third one's going to be out in about 5 minutes. But vlogging wise, obviously we've done vlogs before on other trips and days out and things like that. But this is our very first like vlogging in Vegas.
We went for the style of video we like watching.
Yeah, obviously we went for the style we watch that we like to watch, and it's coming across really good so far. I've had some very good comments and interactions with people, and it seems to be going down really well. But I think we could just definitely improve recording the slots because we've seen on some of them the angles we're sometimes getting, we've not quite got the right angle for the slots. So I think I'd be me, mainly. Because I just got watching the game and forget about the camera. So I think I'd be more, inclined to think, right, let's get some good footage of the slots and the bonuses and stuff.
Get more general Vegas.
And we're going to get a bit more general Vegas in for people as well. It was the very first time you've gone, we've gone like together. So we kind of just enjoyed it like in the moment and enjoying the holiday. And I'm not enjoying it all just through a camera for the whole trip. So now you've been, I think the next time a bit more.
We had a couple of evenings where we didn't vlog really anything.
Yeah. So I think walking around, if we're walking and just seeing, we'll film, put a bit of our interaction in where we are, restaurants or bars that we go in. We'll give a bit more footage of that next trip as well.
Put in the comments if you've got any questions you want to ask us about the trip that we've just had that we haven't discussed here in this video.
I think the biggest question that is probably going to come through if you are asking questions in the comments will be, are you going back to Vegas? Are we going back to Vegas, Jamie? Are we going? Do you want to go?
I'd like to go. I'd love to go again. Adult playground. Absolutely love to go again. Just tell him.
Well, of course we're going back. We booked it literally days after landing back home.
3 days, 2 days, 3 days
something
after?
Like that. I think the first night I landed, I got back to my apartment on my own. So we're going, we've booked it, we've got the flights booked. So we're going April 2025. We're going to go for 10 nights, so it's going to be a longer trip than this one. So we did a week this trip, we're doing 10 nights next trip. So yeah, like I said, the flights are booked. We're still waiting to book the hotel because as of next week, it's the 1st of August, well this week coming up. So we're hoping MGM are going to send us some offers through. We can have a little look and play around on the MGM site and see where we book, fingers crossed. So yeah, April 2025, we'll be back. Series 2, Danny and Jamie do Vegas. We do all the stuff we've done this trip, the gambling, just having a life, the drinks, a bit more of exploring. We'll see the Vegas sign. We'll take you to see that next trip. You've got to see that. And yeah, we're just going to start planning now. It's going to be Jamie's birthday when we're out there, so that's going to be an awesome night. We're going to plan some good fun stuff for that. But yeah, if there's anything that you guys want to see us do that we've not done, recommendations, put it in the comments, send us a message on Instagram. Again, we'll put the Insta here or in the description and stuff. Give us a message, anything you can recommend, want us to do. But yeah, planning is already well underway because it's what? Time of recording this is August. Well, about to be August. As you're watching it, it's probably the middle of August, so time will go quick. Once we get into September, October, then it's kind of on to Christmas, into New Year, and then it'll be. I'm excited to find out where we're going to end up staying.
I know, it could be in multiple hotels.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I would like to stay at New York again, because we both really like that, but if we both get a comp offer for elsewhere, it might not be New York. I'm happy to stay elsewhere, try a few things. We could do 2 hotels, 3 hotels, we'll see. But yeah, as soon as we know, we'll let you know when we get plans confirmed, hopefully this week. But by the time this goes out, we'll probably be sorted. Yeah. But yeah, just to wrap up then, the whole Vegas, series. Thank you. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. We're going to try and get a few more bits out, obviously, before the next Vegas trip in April. We've got a few conversations already of some things we want to do. But yeah, thanks for the support. Thanks for the lovely comments, the messages. It's been awesome.
Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz.
And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.
Ta-da.